wild thought. What if you could build a brand new, top-of-the-line phone before it even officially exists? Today, we're diving into a fascinating and, let's be honest, kind of crazy experiment, trying to assemble a Google Pixel 9 using only spare parts we can find online. Let's see how this goes. And that's really the core question, isn't it? This isn't just about repairing a phone, it's about creating one from nothing. Can you actually beat a multi-billion-dollar company at its own game using parts from the Wild West of the internet? It's a huge gamble, for sure. So, let's find out if it pays off. So first, let's just be super clear about how ambitious this whole thing is. We're not talking about fixing a cracked screen here. No. We're talking about trying to build a ghost. A phone that, as far as the world is concerned, doesn't even exist yet. And here's the kicker. Every single part, from the logic board, the actual brain of the phone, down to the tiniest little screw, has to come from some, let's call them less than official online sellers. These aren't genuine Google parts. They're rumored leaks, supposed prototypes, or, let's be real, maybe just fakes. The gamble starts the second you hit buy. Okay, so where do you even start? Well, the first massive hurdle is just finding all the pieces. And this is really where that impossible dream starts to crash headfirst into a very messy reality. And this, right here, pretty much sums up the process. It's less like online shopping and more like a treasure hunt, where the map is in a language you don't understand and the treasure might just be a box of rocks. You're just trusting blurry photos and seller promises, which, as you're about to see, mean pretty much nothing. You see red flags like these everywhere. Every single listing is a total leap of faith. Is that actually a Pixel 9 motherboard, or is it for some other phone that just kinda looks the same? You have no way of knowing for sure until it shows up at your door, and by then, your money is long, long gone. And look, this isn't some made-up problem. Think about it. Professional repair shops that do this all day, every day, still accidentally order the wrong screen for phones that are already out. Now imagine trying to do that for a phone that technically doesn't exist yet. The odds of getting something that doesn't fit are just astronomical. All right, so let's say against all odds, a bunch of packages actually arrive. Now comes the really hard part, trying to turn this jigsaw puzzle of electronics into a working phone. This chart really puts it into perspective. Swapping a broken screen on a Pixel, that's doable. But building a whole phone from a pile of mystery parts, that's a completely different sport. We're talking a whole new level of complexity, specialized tools, and a ton of patience. And this is a fantastic little detail. Right from step one, you're in trouble if you don't know what you're doing. You'd think you'd put parts in the back of the frame, right? Nope. On a Pixel, you basically build everything up and then seal the screen on last. It's totally counterintuitive, and you gotta have pro-level knowledge right from the get-go. And so, this is it, the moment of truth. After weeks of searching and hours of painstakingly delicate work, it all comes down to pressing that power button. Are we gonna see the Google logo, or are we just gonna get the cold, dead silence of failure? And what do you know? It actually powers on. But this is where the celebration ends and the real problems start. Because getting a phone to turn on is one thing. Having it be a phone you can actually use is something else entirely. The performance numbers here really tell the whole story. Our creation isn't just a little slower. It's not even in the same league as a real Pixel 9. It's sluggish, apps crash all the time. The whole thing just feels like a budget phone from like 5 years ago. And oh, it gets worse. Beyond just being slow, you've got these silent killers that make the phone a total failure. The battery dies in just a few hours, the phone gets so hot it's actually uncomfortable to hold, and the sensors? A complete lottery. We're not talking about minor bugs here. The screen won't rotate properly, your face starts mashing buttons when you're on a call. It's these things that separate a real device from a frustrating brick. Now this might be the single most terrifying part of this whole thing. We have absolutely no idea what software is running on this motherboard at its deepest level. If the firmware is malicious, it has access to everything on your phone before the main operating system even loads. Using this thing for anything personal would be a huge, huge security risk. So let's add it all up. We've got a phone that barely works and is a potential security nightmare, but hey, maybe it was all worth it because we saved a ton of money, right? Well, this table tells the real story. Once you add up the $250 for the screen, $400 for a motherboard with 0 warranty, plus all the other bits and pieces, the total cost is shockingly close to what a brand new, fully working, and secure Pixel 9 is probably going to cost anyway. And this really just sums it all up, doesn't it? The dream of getting a flagship phone for cheap just completely falls apart. What you're left with is an expensive paperweight that you can't trust, you can't rely on, and you definitely can't get repaired when something else breaks. So, what's the final verdict? As a technical challenge, it's pretty amazing. But as a practical way to actually get a new phone, it's a total non-starter. The risks, the cost, the awful performance, it all adds up to a fascinating experiment, but just a terrible idea for any normal person. And this is the thought I really want to leave you with. This whole experiment shows the huge gap between having the right to repair something and having the actual ability to do it. For true repairability, we don't just need laws on the books. We need real access to genuine parts, proper tools, and good information. It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.
So you had a phone disaster? Yeah, I came in with a broken camera, totally useless. But David at Sydney CBD Repair Centre was great. Within a day, the part was...
So phone disaster?
Came in with a brick camera. David fixed it in a day. Good as new. Highly recommend.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
My Motorola Edge 50 screen was smashed. David here ordered the part and fixed it next day in 1 hour.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
Wang, tell us about your recent phone repair.
David was super professional. He fixed my Galaxy Z Flip 4 in an hour. I literally walked in broken and walked out perfectly fixed.
Yeah, highly recommend.
If you have mobile phones issue, you can walk in. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. 2 p.m.